unsportsmanlike conduct. Point penalty, Mr. Kyrgios.
There you go, bathroom.
If we relate to go back to what happened at the US Open with Mohamed Liani, he can't talk to him.
Yeah.
But he's taking 2 rackets off the court. How many is he coming back with?
Yeah. But he's now just ignored Fergus Murphy. Yeah. None, I think, is the answer.
Welcome to Tennis Zone. Today we dive into a space where tennis and spectacle mix with controversy. Because if there's one player who doesn't know filters, who's not afraid of confronting anyone, not even the chair umpire of a Grand Slam match, it's Nick Kyrgios. The Australian, capable of playing like a genius and like a villain in the same match, has been at the center of some of the most heated clashes with umpires in recent tennis history. Kyrgios is not a typical player. In his racket, he has magic shots, impossible serves, unexpected drop shots. But he also carries an explosive character, a volcanic personality that often turns into endless arguments with umpires, line judges, or supervisors. His on-court fights haven't just made sports headlines, they've fueled debates about discipline, spectacle, and even how modern tennis should evolve. In this video, we'll revisit 5 moments that perfectly summarize this love-hate relationship between Kyrgios and chair umpires. These aren't just anecdotes. Each episode shows a different side of Nick, from uncontrolled protests to theatrical scenes that turn a tennis match into a global show. Let's start with number 1. The first moment happened at the 2018 US Open. In a match against Pierre-Hugues Herbert, Kyrgios started apathetic, unmotivated, letting balls go by as if it were a practice session. The crowd's frustration was evident. Then something unheard of happened. Chair umpire Mohamed Liani literally came down from his chair to speak to Nick at courtside.
Now to an unusual scene at the US Open, raising a lot of questions this morning. Australia's Nick Kyrgios getting what some critics describe as a pep talk from the umpire in the middle of the match. He then went on to win. ESPN's Ryan Smith is here to explain. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Very strange situation this morning. Tennis superstars and its millions of fans are asking for an explanation for this pep talk between an umpire and a competitor. Now, in his second match, Nick Kyrgios seemed like he was on the ropes. He was barely lunging for serves when the umpire, Mohamed Liani, steps down from his chair to offer advice. And now some fans and other players are crying foul, arguing that the sideline chat might amount to interference, giving the 23-year-old Nick Kyrgios the edge he needed.
Instead of just officiating, he seemed to be giving him a pep talk. I know this isn't your true self. I want to help you. You're too good to let it end like this. Kyrgios listened, got up, flipped the switch, and ended up turning the match around. But the controversy was immediate. Was an umpire influencing the outcome? Where was the impartiality? Headlines exploded and the ATP sanctioned Liani for his conduct. Kyrgios downplayed it afterwards. He just told me to play fair. I don't see the problem. But everyone knew that match would go down as one of the most controversial episodes between a player and an umpire. The second moment takes us to Cincinnati 2019, in a match against Karen Khachanov. Kyrgios was already frustrated with umpiring decisions and ended up exploding against Fergus Murphy, a chair umpire he has clashed with multiple times. He repeatedly called him the worst disgrace in tennis, smashed 2 rackets in the tunnel, and refused to shake hands after the match.
Very well done, Karen Khachanov.
Every single time I play, he's doing some stupid every time.
Code violation, unsportsmanlike conduct. Point penalty, Mr. Kyrgios.
There you go, bathroom.
If we relate to go back to what happened at the US Open with Mohamed Liani, he can't talk to him.
Yeah.
But he's taking 2 rackets off the court. How many is he coming back with?
Yeah. But he's now just ignored Fergus Murphy. Yeah. None, I think, is the answer.
The scene was so extreme that the ATP handed him one of the largest fines of his career, over $100,000. Yet what stood out most was Nick's attitude in interviews. He didn't fully regret it, saying instead, "Fergus is always trying to provoke me, so I react." That line sums up his mentality. For Kyrgios, the umpire isn't a neutral authority, but almost another opponent on court. The third episode came in Miami 2017 in a match against Alexander Zverev. Kyrgios was playing great tennis, but that didn't stop him from clashing with the chair umpire over calls. During the match, he told him, "You're a joke? A complete joke." Then came the theatrics. He turned to the crowd and asked them to boo the umpire, like it was a wrestling show.
Not at all. You know, the same things happen to me. It's happened in Shanghai before, when we all know when I was, you know, had that moment in Shanghai that the referee said the same thing. It's not good for the integrity of the sport. Doesn't have a good look. It happens in other sports too. You know, in soccer, if someone is, you know, being rough, they get warned. You know, if you keep doing this, you can get penalised. Same sort of thing. So it had no effect at all. I was 3-love down, and I was 5-2 down. So, I mean, obviously didn't help at all.
The fans, split between laughter and whistles, couldn't believe what they were seeing. The umpire tried to keep his composure, but Kyrgios kept insisting that what was happening was a joke. He ended up winning the match and later explained, "Playing angry helps me focus more," a statement that made it clear his fights with umpires are sometimes the fuel for his best tennis. The fourth moment was in Rome 2019, in a match against Casper Ruud. Here, Kyrgios hit one of the lowest points in his relationship with officials. He was already frustrated with the crowd, the schedule, the organization. In a tense moment, he argued with the umpire over the serve clock. Then he snapped. He slammed his racket, grabbed a chair, and hurled it onto the court.
Pazzo completamente. Pazzo. Sì, ma è pazzo. Completamente pazzo. Ma è pericoloso,
The crowd froze. The umpire, trying to stay calm, had no choice but to default him. The image went around the world. Kyrgios storming off after throwing a chair in a fit of rage. Later, he said he was tired of the double standards on tour and that umpires always treated him worse than others. He was fined and suspended, but that scene remains one of the most surreal of his career. And finally, the fifth moment, Wimbledon 2022, in a fiery clash against Stefanos Tsitsipas. That match was already electric, two very different personalities, a charged atmosphere, and a hyped up crowd. Kyrgios repeatedly argued that Tsitsipas should be defaulted for hitting a ball into the stands. He turned to the chair umpire shouting, "Do your job, you're an absolute disgrace."
6-5. Kyrgios. The stringers are doing their job too. Very much the job, but they're doing their job. Challenging it, I said challenge like 10 seconds ago. I said challenge, dude! I said challenge, I put my finger on it. Again, I'm done. I'm seriously done. What are you doing? I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Who are you?
Every point was followed by protests. Every rally ended with Nick pointing at the umpire and demanding the supervisor step in. The umpire tried to enforce the rules, but the Australian wouldn't stop pressing. In the post-match press conference, Kyrgios doubled down. Umpires should learn to do their job or quit. It's that simple. That afternoon, media coverage was split between the tennis itself and Kyrgios' constant showdown with the umpire. These 5 moments are just a sample of Kyrgios' stormy relationship with chair umpires. A relationship marked by distrust, confrontation, and, at times, pure spectacle. Some fans believe his behavior damages tennis, a sport long associated with elegance and respect. Others argue Kyrgios is exactly what the game needs to break that rigidity and attract new generations with his authenticity and irreverence. Whatever your view, one thing is certain. Every time Kyrgios takes on an umpire, the clips go viral. Media outlets replay them endlessly. Social networks light up with comments, and Nick's name is back on everyone's lips. Maybe that's part of his unconscious plan, to stay in the spotlight even through controversy. The final takeaway is clear. Kyrgios is an incredible talent, capable of beating anyone on his day, but also a player who sabotages himself with his own outbursts. His clashes with umpires are part of his identity and have made him a character who transcends the sport. He may not win as many titles as the greats, but he has definitely created unforgettable moments that will be remembered for years. Now I'll ask you, should Kyrgios be punished more harshly for his behavior, or are his battles with umpires part of the show that keeps modern tennis alive? Leave your thoughts in the comments and let's debate. This was Tennis Zone. Don't forget to subscribe for more compilations, controversies, and analysis of the moments that make this sport an unrepeatable spectacle.